I'm Scott Miller. It's the 19th of January 2022. This is the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog. We are here in Las Piñatas, Nicaragua, and today is Wednesday. Today's project, if you watched yesterday's really long episode, you will know that today's project is house hunting in León. I'm recording this pretty early in the day. It's about noonish. I have been offline for the last 2 days with no internet. This morning I got up and worked all morning. I have tons of clients waiting on stuff from me, so I worked on all of that. I'm also taking the time to do all of my videos today because my room is being cleaned, and it's the one time that I am able to do things without being in the, I have to do this while I can't be working. So there's lots of work to do, but I can't do it right now. So you get an update. Paul and Dominica went up to León first thing this morning. They had a few houses lined up for them to look at. Lots of places didn't get back to them, so they're going to see as many as they can. But the ones that they're really interested in did get back to them, so that's pretty good. The ones that they're especially the one we call the turquoise house, Paul is really, really interested in that and says he won't make a decision about any place until he sees that because it looks so promising. So they are going to look at that one last this morning. They went up and saw a few. They ruled at least one out that they never even told me about because it wasn't any good. But they went and looked at one that was pretty interesting, pretty big, but kind of run down. And they're kind of sending me some information as they go. My morning was very busy with being on the phone and helping build some servers and answering a lot of customer questions, which has been a big thing going on, that there's just not been a lot of time for me to do the consulting with customers. That's the big thing that I generally do. So I was trying to catch up a lot this morning, and I have a lot left to do this afternoon. But they did make it then to the turquoise house, probably about 11:30, and pretty much the verdict is they loved it just like they thought they would. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, pretty much what I would call a by-the-book, typical Leonese home. It's not colonial, it's in the colonial neighborhoods, but it's a fairly modern building. It's attractive, but it's not classic. It has a big front parlor, which is the mixed garage and open space that is standard in Central American homes. It then has a very large salon, the living room space. Just behind that, it's the entire width of the house. It's quite large. It's gonna make for a really nice living room there. It has a large master and 2 small bedrooms that share a bathroom, and it has a laundry area. It has a nice courtyard that connects to all the bedrooms and to the living room. It has another bathroom that is in the courtyard and next to the laundry area. And it is very centrally located just southwest of the center of town. Really easy walk into the middle of everything, and the price is really, really good. It is $350 a month US, and pretty much everything is included except for electric, which is important actually for us because, so it's unfurnished, which we want because we don't want to use other people's furniture. We want to be able to put in nice things that make sense for us. Like one of the things we have a problem with a lot of places is that the beds are not that good. Of course we could live with it, and we feel bad that a lot of people who live here have to live with it, but we can put in new mattresses and have really nice comfy beds there. So that's something that we want. We don't want to pay for a place and then have to live with secondhand mattresses that someone, or the ones that someone was willing to rent out. And really a lot of the furniture that people use here is just not our style. It's very attractive. It's often handmade. If it was in the United States, it'd be crazy valuable. But we don't want that. We do want locally made furniture, but we want some more eclectic stuff. And Dominica has been out furniture shopping and has seen places. We don't want to go to the stores and buy it. We want to drive to the Pueblos Blancos and get actual handmade stuff from the artisans there. We're gonna decorate, you know, ourselves and be able to go just extreme with whatever we want. Put in our own TV and all that kind of stuff. But the house, so we don't, and we want to add air conditioning because we're gringos. And in doing that, it just makes sense that we're not paying for electric and it's unfurnished. So it's perfect for us. We don't want to pay for things we're not going to use. And it does include the internet. It does include the water and the basura, the garbage disposal. All those things are included in the $350. So the price is fantastic, especially because there's no way we would spend less than $35 on internet. So that is 10% of the cost is just the internet that we need anyway. And one of the reasons that getting a house in León makes so much sense for us is that it gives us a backup place for me to work. So we're gonna set up an entire office there. I have a second desktop and 2 extra monitors that I'm gonna take up there right now. They're actually in the way in the office here because I don't have a lot of extra space. So moving those up there is actually a really big deal that I'm gonna have a place to use them and clear up the space here. So it's perfect, right? and we're gonna have TV up there and be able to hang out and really use it as kind of a backup living place, but a backup office for me. So if we lose internet, we lose power here, we can go to León and work from there. And that alone, I even have a spare phone, that alone makes having a place essentially worth it, because all it takes is closing one deal once a year, really, to completely pay for the place. And if I miss one day of work simply because the internet's out, it's worth it. So that is basically the plan. It feels like it makes financial sense. They're willing to do a 6-month lease. So they came back and they're like, this place is fantastic. We should probably get it. And so our current status is we've made an offer. We are waiting to hear as I'm recording this. So fingers crossed, but that is the one we decided we want to get. And it looks great. And hopefully I will be doing videos from there very soon. Waiting to hear all the information on that. So that's currently where we are. We did have the power out this morning for about half an hour, but we just went to generator. No big deal. The power was out in León. They were doing major city maintenance stuff. So everybody was out for a little bit. No big deal. But we do have the generator, so it didn't affect anything. We had internet the whole time or whatever. So that was our day this far this morning. It's been a pretty exciting couple days with this whole new house thing going on, which is weird because we're dealing with our hotel, which we're expanding, and we just last week finally closed on this giant property that we're doing so much exciting stuff with here, but we're also getting this house in León all at the same time. It's like everything's coming together and so much is happening, and it's like, oh my gosh, there's just a lot, but it's really cool. All right, and hopefully I have really good news about the house to update you with as soon as I get back from this. So we got the house, the negotiations or whatever, the offer was accepted, and we now will be signing supposedly the paperwork tomorrow, and we have a place to live in León. Pretty exciting stuff. Bus is coming. If you look behind me somewhere, I think there's some horses. They just ran away as I came over to film. I was all like, oh cool, some horses are gonna be hanging out while I film, but then they ran away. And quickly too. I have no idea why they got so skittish. Went flying down. No, we'll just see the bus here. There's so many buses. It's crazy. So after we got the house, which is very exciting, we know we'll be probably moving in on Friday. That is the plan. We're gonna need to be moving pretty quickly because we want to use the house on Saturday. We have some stuff going on in León, and it is the absolute perfect time to give it a first kind of test run to see what living in the city is like when we're actually going out and using the city as we normally would. So it kind of really highlights just why it's nice to have a house in the city beyond all the other things. We're going to be able to use it on a pretty regular basis. We want to be able to go out. We want to go out more. Everyone is, you know, now that we've been, wow, at the beach, the door just broke right there behind me at Toledo's. Now that we've been out on the beach for 9 or 10 months, we're all starting to get like, okay, got the beach life down. We like this, but there's a lot that we're missing. And it would be nice if we could, you know, do some stuff in the city and branch out and have more to do. The beach is relatively static in certain ways, right? In some ways it's incredibly dynamic, but there's this continuous flow of the same tourist traffic, and it does, you know, sometimes you want something else. This evening, my friends that I met on Saturday from Germany, Tim, also known as Dixon, that is his holiday name, I'm told, Ben and Oliver were here from Frankfurt, Stuttgart, and Berlin, here hanging out. So I hung out with them on the beach for a lot of the evening. Yvonne came out and hung out with us, and that was our evening for the most part. When it got kind of late, went in, hung out with Liesel some, and called it a night. So very successful day. We're looking forward to getting things moving with the house tomorrow, which is when I will see all of you.